Hey, okay, so before we get into this, I need to kind of show you my whole process for the whole day, how I've kind of figured this out, and I think I have, so here's what I did. Okay, so here's how I did it. This is where Moff Gideon is, and this is a screenshot from the show. This is a map of the Star Wars galaxy taken from swgalaxy.com. I find it's pretty accurate and it's very detailed. We can find the patterns of the regions to be the exact same, and then we can basically just figure out different planets, and from there we can figure out the planets around it. So if he's here, we're going to try to track, okay, if he's going here, we'll find these planets, and if he's going here, we'll try to find this planet, all right? Assuming he's not going anywhere else. Now, I've also gone a little further and like, well, what is around here? And we'll get to that. So check it out. This goes up, it goes out, it goes up, and then there's a line that goes in, okay? We're gonna follow this line, so keep that in mind. Here we go. Up, out, up, forget that line. We go to this one right here, and we're gonna follow this and create our own little line. What's that right there? Narshadda and Narshadda, a huge crime world. Think Coruscant, lower levels. Think Hive of scum and villainy, but an entire planet. This is the whole planet. And this is where all the Hutts did their dealings and their business. So if he's going there, then, well, maybe it's a lot easier for him to do a lot of these things that he does, or that the Empire does, without any sort of supervision or surveillance from the New Republic. Now, also, I should mention on Narshadda and Narshadda, and we're going to get to the other planets too in a minute. On Narshadda and Narshadda, in Legends, at the exact same year, 10 ABY, after Battle Yavin, after episode 4, which is where we're at now in The Mandalorian. Really 9, but that's season 1, 9 ABY, so now we're at 10 ABY. I'm thinking, or at least close to it. Anyways, in Legends, Leia and Han Solo are on this planet. This is where Leia gets a lightsaber from Vima to Boda, and Boba Fett is on this planet too, and this is where he finds Han Solo again and gives them a hard time. Now, if he's not there, then I'm thinking he's around one of these other planets, which, if this is Narshadda, he's going here, okay, or maybe this one. So that's a little bit to the left, it's a little down. All right, so we go here, and it's a little left, a little down. He's going to Delang, or he's going to Circumtor or whatever. So if he goes here, he's on a hyperspace lane. These are all hyperspace routes. Basically, he goes into one of these, and he can go anywhere he wants. And if he does, with a million more well on the way. Camino, the home of the cloners. This is where it all began. And this makes sense. So if Mando can get to him before he hops into here, or if he has tracking to him wherever he goes, even if it is in hyperspace, it doesn't matter. All right? He could also be going to Pisana or somewhere like that, or Mimban, but I'm betting on either of these two. I think Narshadda would be really cool, because it seems like they go to a lot of these crime-filled worlds. Let's say he's going up here, all right? We got these two planets. So if we go here, I don't know, he could really be like Nimban or Vari or something like that. That doesn't matter, who knows? If he's going down here, what's this right here? Well, let's just go up. Let's go right here. Hapes, which is by Onderon, okay? And these all have their own OG original trilogy Legends lore in there, which I've researched for you guys and I'm going to have in this video. I just want to give you a rundown of basically how I figured all this out. I've gone a little crazy today to kind of see if all of this is right, and hopefully it is right. If it's not, I need my sweaties in the chat to let me know, and we can crack this code. And if he's not going there, what did I get? This one. Okay, I've explained my method. Enjoy the video. I understand.
In The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 7, we went to Morak to learn the location of Moff Gideon's ship. We saw this quick 1-second image on screen of where he is in the galaxy. I spent the last several hours trying to figure out where exactly this could be, and I've narrowed it down to a few possible places that he could be heading, according to each direction the triangle could be pointing in. From there, I've taken canon and Legends material to be able to give us an idea of where he's going and where the season finale could end. Now keep in mind, these could totally be wrong. So I need my real hardcore sweaties to follow up in the comments or on my social media so we can crack this as a community. I'm going to post it on my Twitter and Instagram as well, so the discussion can be open. Narshadda. That's where I think this place is right here. This was the moon revolving around Narshadda. Basically, this is Coruscant's underworld full of crime and violence. Except the entire planet is the underworld. Added to that, it was filled with smog and trash and just overall really an unpleasant place. Think hive of scum and villainy, but an entire planet. This was the top spot for the Hutts to do their business. Now during 10 ABY, which is where we're at in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Season 1 started in 9, and I'm thinking that Season 2 is closer to 10 now. Anyways, in 10 ABY, which is exactly the time that we're in, during Legends, Leia and Han Solo were on this very planet and they ran into a lot of trouble. This is also the planet where Leia gets her ancient lightsaber from an old survivor of Order 66, Vima the Boda. On the planet, Boba Fett is also waiting for Solo, and once he sees him, he hunts him down. I think if Moff Gideon is going here, we could see Leia and Han again, and Boba will maybe stop his mission with Mando to seize Solo. I could see Gideon having a base here for the child to extract his blood and transfuse it with another host, or hosts, that he may have. Now, the end of the season could end with the clone body of some new species spliced together, very powerful in the Force, waking up, kind of like a Starkiller Force Unleashed moment. Or it could be a clone of someone that we know. Darth Maul, Luke, Anakin, or a young Palpatine perhaps. Let's just say if it's not Narshadda, then he could be going downwards towards a planet called Dalang. Now, if he does go to Dalang, it would land him on a hyperspace route directly to Kamino. This, of course, is the hub for cloning and where the clones were created. This would make the most sense, as we know there's a huge cloning project going on with the season, revolving around harvesting the child's blood rich in a high midichlorian count. Or, in other words, high force energy count. Who knows what memories returning to the cloning facility will spike for Boba. Maybe we'll see the old Kaminoans once again. Now, in the Plagueis novel, the Kaminoans were trying to clone other beings, some with shovels for hands for digging and mining. They were experimenting with abominations. However, they realized human clones were much easier and straightforward to create. In the vats that we saw in the Mando episode 4, one looked like a Zabrak in the concept art, and the other kinda like a Twi'lek. Could that be Talon, perhaps? If you don't know, George Lucas allegedly wanted to make the sequels to have Maul train a young apprentice named Darth Talon, with Luke gathering students and survivors from Order 66 to start a new Jedi temple, which is exactly what he's doing in canon as well. Could this show take us through that very journey, an unfinished possible script that we never got to see for the sequels? Alright, so let's say he's not headed there. We can see another planet here, and this could be Vandor, which in Legends is another Imperial outpost where they actually captured a Falcon. I don't really see the significance of this place, but not every place has to be a place of old or to remind us of some nostalgia. That'd be sweet, but it can be a new world, which is cool too. If he's not headed in those locations, then he's going to what I think is Hapes near Onderon. Hapes was an inner rim planet. They manufactured starship components, and this is where Dr. Aphra, the archaeologist hired by Vader after episode 4, got some of the parts necessary for her ship, the Archangel. Elsbeth, that we saw in episode 5 with Ahsoka, has a connection to ships. She built an industry that helped build the Imperial Starfleet itself. All locations point towards seeing some characters from the original or prequel trilogies. So I think going to Narshadda is probably the most likely one, and if not that, then Kamino. Or maybe I've got nothing right and he's headed somewhere completely different. I feel like the remnants of the Empire can do what they want more freely on such a crime-infested world without laws, like Narshadda. Also, there's nobody that Boba would want to see more than Han to get his revenge. And that is, if they stick with Legends, and if it's at this exact moment in time. It sure as heck is the same year, so it could happen. Now, I know there are some real hardcore fans watching this video, so I need you guys to chime in the comments or wherever on social media. Let me know what you think. I don't have all the answers, but I did my research on this to the best of my ability, and if I missed something, please correct me and let me know, because I want to figure out where he's going. I think it's fun. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.